You know what? That's tough to do right there.
Yeah, that is. I couldn't do it.
A couple of hula hoopsters are downtown on Fremont Street. They're gathering this morning to protest what's going on with the city council.
That's crazy.
You hold a sign and do the hoop.
Yeah, that's great. I can't even do the hoop, period. All right, Calvin Collins is live outside City Hall this morning to tell us why this popular pastime could be a thing of the past.
There she is again.
Everyone wondering, Calvin, protesting hula hoops just doesn't make sense.
It's Las Vegas. There's a lot of things, Dana, I think that don't make sense in the city sometimes. But yeah, these protesting hula hoopers want to make sure their voices and I guess hips in this case are heard. But the city council may not actually vote on this today. I'm told the city attorney may delay it for 2 weeks to work out some legal issues with the ACLU. But the ordinance in question would ban hula hoops as well as playing loud music that is not part of a concert or neighboring business, as well as throwing or launching anything into the air. Now, the city already bans unicycles, bicycles, skateboards, roller skates, roller blades, unauthorized parades, sleeping, camping, and soliciting at the Fremont Street Experience. So Lauren Mansour drove all the way in from Los Angeles overnight. She is with Hoopnotica, which is a store out there, and she's got some gyrating hips this morning. So Lauren, why did you want to drive 4 hours to protest Las Vegas's possible ban?
Well, good morning, Las Vegas. Hoopnotica is the world's largest hooping fitness company. We have a huge following of hoopers from Houston, Texas, all the way to Australia. And when we first heard about this story, it was actually from our Facebook page. Our Facebook fans were just totally outraged that a city like Las Vegas, of all places, would ban hula hoops. This is a tool for fitness, it's a tool for self-expression, and we're here to stand up for that right to freedom of expression through movement. So,
but you can still
why not drive out here today?
That is true. You can still hula hoop in other parts of the city, though, so maybe that's a better option?
I don't really think so. What kind of world do we live in when we start banning one of the most classic items of Americana? Hula hooping has been part of our culture for decades, and we don't want to see it disappear from Las Vegas or anywhere else.
Well, thank you very much, Lauren. I'm impressed. I could not do that. I guarantee I couldn't. But if this ban does pass and you are caught hula hooping on Fremont Street, then you could face a misdemeanor up to a $1,000 fine as well as 6 months in jail. So they're not taking these hips lightly. Back to you guys.
So, Calvin, are they thinking that it's just impractical to be hula hooping down Fremont Street because you could hit other people, or what?
I believe so. They don't want anything that's a distraction, of course, from the light show above. And as we know from many public events, there's so many people that descend upon Fremont Street. I think their thinking is they don't want anyone to get hurt or distracted by hula hoops, I guess.
All right. Okay. Well, there was a long list of things that aren't allowed there. The only one I really agree with is the unauthorized parades.
Yeah, you don't just want to
show up and have a parade.
Right.
You got to have some permits for that. But
and I think they were saying when we were reading the story yesterday, they were saying the hula hoops get left there, and then they go into like the road and the construction areas. People drive over the hula hoops, or you could trip over them and things like that.
Okay.
I didn't know hula hoops were still so popular. I mean, really.
Apparently there's a lot of hoopsters, and they're going to be gathering this morning, so we'll stay with them and see what kind of event they turn this thing into.
Sherry, are you a good hoopster?
You know,
Sherry was, I'll bet you were a baton twirler.
Yeah,
in
well, we saw that picture of her.
Yeah, I could keep a baton in the air a lot longer than I could keep a hula hoop going around this way. I can tell you that. But of all the things that I thought about on Fremont Street that might be ever banned in the future, it would never be hula hoops. It was the last thing on the list that I would think about. All righty.
Because of its name.
And the hula hoop controversy that has protesters up in arms this morning. Okay, I'm just saying.
Let's go today. Well, we loved them as kids, at least a lot of folks did, talking about hula hooping, which might soon be an illegal act on Fremont Street.
The city council is supposed to vote on a possible ban later this morning. Calvert Collins is live outside City Hall with they call themselves what, the Hoopers?
The Hoopers, yes. These are Hoopers from Los Angeles, in fact, and they are out here protesting the possible ban that's supposed to be voted on later this morning at the City Council, but that may not happen because of a legal fight between the ACLU and the Las Vegas City Attorney, but that's kind of yet to be determined. Lauren Mansour is with Hoopnotica. She is a avid hula hooper as well as a hula hoop supporter. So, Lauren, why do you support hula hooping against this ban?
Well, we're here today to stand up for our right to freedom of expression. It's a First Amendment right, and the way that we choose to express ourselves is through movement and through hoop dance. So we're here today to stand up for our right to free expression through movement in Las Vegas and across the world.
Now, your argument is the same as the ACLU's, that this ban would limit free speech and therefore the First Amendment.
Absolutely. We're totally on board with the ACLU with that. We don't believe that hooping should be restricted or governed in any way, shape, or form in Las Vegas or anywhere else.
Well, thank you very much, Lauren. Maybe using it as exercise, if more of us did hula hoop, we might look like her. So anyway, the ban is supposed to be voted on later this morning at the City Council, but some of that is up in the air, but we're going to keep you posted on that all morning long, and we're going to be out here with these hula hoop fanatics and supporters. Back to you guys.
I think that's an Elvis type hoopster.
It's an Elvis eye hoopster.
Calvin, how many folks are they expecting down there today doing the hula hoop?
We've seen 4 so far, but we're expecting to see maybe a couple more. All these ladies drove in from Los Angeles. There are some across the street as well, and they said they're expecting maybe even a dozen or so. They've got over a dozen hula hoops, so one for all the protesters that want to come out.
Okay. Thank you, Calvert. It's interesting to see what people are so passionate about. I mean, who would even think there would like a hoopster union or whatever? You know?
I didn't. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I didn't.
Like,
either.
really, what's the big deal? Well, to some people, it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, well, it's, and some people are saying it's silly. It's a big deal because it's so silly to take them away.
Yeah, why are we wasting our time at City Hall?
Right.
Talking about hula hoops. Anyway, hey, here's another kind of an interesting thing.
What?
What's in a name? Apparently.
And gambling is legal in our city, but don't think about grabbing a hula hoop, the proposal that may ban them for good on Fremont Street.
Shake it up.
Hula hoopers take to Fremont Street this morning. Why they are up and hooping about a ban on the athletic
So they've
fun.
been hooping for an hour. We're going to find out just how long Lauren and her friend can hoop.
Yeah, I know. Because they must have, that's why they have those killer abs. That works. Just hooping all morning.
It's tough to hoop.
Yeah, it is
and do
tough.
live interviews and things like that. So Calvert is down there to kind of get the handle on that situation.
Yeah.
The City Council is questioning whether hula hoops should be banned on Fremont Street.
That topic could be on the agenda today, and not everybody is happy about it. Calvert Collins is live outside City Hall with some protesters out there. They call themselves hoopers. These folks even came in all the way from California, right, Calvert?
They did, from Los Angeles, the largest hula hoop retail store called Hoopnotica. All these ladies are associated with that store, and this lady in the navy blue kind of pinup outfit is the creator, and she has a personal connection to hula hoops, which I'll talk about in just a moment. But the City Council is expected to vote on this. It has been on the agenda for quite some time, but that may not actually happen. I'm told the city attorney may delay it for 2 weeks to work out some legal ramifications with the ACLU. Now, the ordinance in question would ban hula hoops, as well as playing loud music that is not part of a concert or neighboring business, as well as throwing or launching anything into the air. The city already bans unicycles, bicycles, skateboards, roller skates, rollerblading, unauthorized parades, as well as sleeping, camping, and soliciting at the Fremont Street Experience. And the reason behind this proposed ban is they think that it may inhibit or become a hazard to people because it's so crowded on the Fremont Street Experience. Gabriella Redding is the CEO and owner of Hoopnotica, and she came all the way, drove overnight to be here to protest. So, Gabriella, why? What possessed you guys to come down here and do this?
Well, I think for a lot of people, this is just a very silly sort of a ban. It's a little bit a lot ridiculous. But for me, hula hooping is serious business. I'm the CEO of a multi-million-dollar hula hoop manufacturer in Los Angeles, California. We distribute our products throughout the world, and we have a worldwide following of people who consider themselves to be hoopers. And so when Councilman Stavros decided to say that evidently there are hula hoop people in an AOL publication, it spurred an outrage on Facebook. And of course, we were the recipients of everybody's comments, and we thought, what better time to come to Las Vegas and express our support in not allowing this type of ban.
Now, the question, the reason for this kind of the ACLU and you guys are on the same page is that you think this limits your freedom of speech or freedom of expression covered by the First Amendment.
Well, I have a hunkering that this doesn't have anything to do with hula hooping. I mean, basically what they're trying to set up in a public space in Las Vegas is small areas called freedom of expression zones. Well, the United States is a freedom of expression zone in all of its public places. So if you allow Vegas to start sectioning off where we're allowed to publicly gather, where we're allowed to publicly creatively express ourselves, whether it's hula hoop hooping or throwing things in the air or doing whatever you want, you're still going against our First Amendment right.
Spoken like a true hula hooper and protester, I guess.
Well, I've lost a lot of weight hula hooping. I've lost 60 pounds. We have a completely comprehensive DVD series that we sell online at Hoopnotica.com. We have a following throughout the world. We have fitness hula hoops that people can use to lose weight. And, I mean, it's the funnest workout in the world, really.
You heard it here first. Thank you very much, Gabriella. And if this ban does pass, we're talking about a misdemeanor crime if caught disobeying the ban, a $1,000 fine, as well as up to 6 months in jail. So they're certainly not taking this too lightly. Dave and Dana, back to you.
Thank you, Calvert. I'll be honest, I've never seen one hula hooper on Fremont Street.
Yeah, but how much do you hang out there?
Well, not that much, it seems like. I mean, is this like the rage down there?
I don't know. You know, folks are saying that's the dumbest ban ever. Someone else, though, wrote in and said, well, before judging good or bad, the bigger question is asking why. And then yesterday we were saying, well, some of the hula hoops are left over. They get in the street. People trip on them.
Slip.
Yeah. I don't know.
Someone gets an illegal hula hoop.
Yeah.
And it leads them into a life of crime.
I know. Well,